Hello everyone, you're welcome to our YouTube channel. Please do remember to subscribe and like and comment. Today we want to take you through a very amazing concept in Excel called COUNTIF. COUNTIF helps you to analyze huge data in a very short time, and it also gives you advantage to work easily when you're analyzing a very huge data set. Let me just walk you through and show you what I mean. Here you have this data. Here you have this is a humanitarian data that was just assumed. It's not a real data. These are not real names. These are some names that I just came up with. And here, this is how a humanitarian data look like. Normally, if you're doing a project, you'll be reaching out to children. They have names. You reach out to those that have ages. You want to get their sex. You want to get their class. You want to get their status. And under status, you want to get their IDP level, their host level. IDP are those who have fled from town to town because of conflict or maybe because of another kind of disaster. And host are those who are stationed where they were born in that community or town. And then here you have girls and boys. Here you have age, and we want to be able to use COUNTIF to analyze four things. The first thing we want to find out from management. Let's say you're working with an NGO and they want to find out how many IDPs they have reached out to, how many hosts they have reached out to, how many boys they have reached out to, how many girls they have reached out to. So we want to use COUNTIF to do this very easily. So what we do first, we go ahead and create our tables. And here to create table, just click Ctrl T. It gives you tables, and then you click here, you click OK. It asks us if our table has a header. It has a header. We click OK. Good. So here now we want to start with IDPs. So for you to do COUNTIF, all you need to do is to come under IDP here, you see, and you click equals to, and you put count. But again, let me walk you through this simple step. You click here. There is a small option here, fx insert function. It helps you to do your calculations very easy. Okay, so if I come here and I click okay, and I click here and I put equals to, and I come to this fx on this formula bar and I click here, you see. Okay, see what happens now. I have my options. I have COUNTIF, I have SUMIF, I have if, which we are going to be looking at all these in other videos, but today we want to focus on COUNTIF. So if I choose COUNTIF here and I click OK, perfect. You see, amazingly, you see what happens here where I clicked and wrote my equals to. Now it automatically writes COUNTIF in this cell. The one thing I want you to take note of, it now asks us a question. Okay, two small boxes are here. It's asking us a question. The first one it wants to know is the range. Okay, so where do IDP fall? It falls under status. Here we have IDP and host. So it wants the range. It wants to know the range, which range I want to collect IDP from. So I want to collect it from this range. And remember, we talked about our mouse. When it changes to this small black arrow, it means we want to select the whole of that column. So if I click, you see, I have selected the whole of this column. Assume that there were 10,000 data right on this column. It is going to select everything, okay, just by this technique. No stress on that. Now after selecting this, you now come and click on the second dialog box here. It now says criteria. Okay, it now asks you to give a specific criteria. So our criteria here now is IDP, so we are going to come and click IDP. You see, we have just clicked IDP. Choose for any cell where you have IDP and you click IDP, and then it already indicates here that we have 32 IDP, and then you click OK. You see the magic? It already gives you 32 IDP. If you have not understood this process, if you are still to understand this process, let's take it all over again for host. If I come again for host and I click equals to, and I go back to this small dialog box here, this fx, and I click, it opens up this other big dialog box here, and I select COUNTIF. Remember, we have other options, but here today we want to talk about COUNTIF, and I select COUNTIF and I click OK. It brings out again up this small amazing dialog box here, and then he asks me another question again, same question. He wants to know the range. Because we are dealing with status where we have hosts and IDPs, we are going to select all the range. Okay, and I repeat again, let's assume that on this data we have 10,000 of these different data going down. It is going to select all that for us just by changing your mouse to this small arrow and then just clicking. Okay, we have selected. And then now that is our range. We already got our range. We come now to criteria. Now the criteria is asking specifically what exactly do we want to count. Okay, we want to count host, so you click on host. Previously we clicked on IDP, but now we want to click on host because we want to find out about host. Remember here we had to go on that host here, so it already tells us under here that we have 12 hosts, and we come here and we click OK. You see, that's the magic. If you have not understand this process, let's take it all over again. If we go under boys, we click and then we click equals to, and then we come under this small fx dialog box, and then we click under this dialog box. Now it still asks us if we want to do count if. Excel is smart enough, it already knows that we want to count something, so it already gives us a default state of count if. So when we select this count if, we now click OK. Good, it now gives us this dialog box. Okay, and then where do we have boys? It falls under 6. Are you seeing now? It falls under 6. Boys and girls falls under 6. So it's asking us for the range. The first option here is asking us for the range. So we come here, we allow our mouse to change to this small black stuff, and then we click. Now we have selected the whole of that column. Let's assume that we had 10,000 data. It has been selected automatically. Excel is that smart. And then it asks us to come here and then choose for a criteria. Okay, what is the criteria? We are looking for boys, so we are going to click on boys. We click here. You see, it already tells us that out of the whole of that data we have 27 boys, sorry, and then we click OK. You see, that's 27. We go again for girls, and then we click OK, and then we come up here to this small formula bar here, and then it tells us again count if, and we click OK. And then it asks us for the range. We go back to sex and we click, and then it selects everything for us. And then we come again to criteria. Now it's looking for girls. You can work this thing. Okay, you can just play with this box. Okay, just play with this box, take it wherever you want to take it to make sure that you can select what you want to select. So now we have clicked inside criteria, and then we have choose girl. Okay, and then we click OK. That's it. So now you can tell management that, oh, we have 32 IDPs, 12 hosts, 27 boys, and 17 girls. That's how easy it is. Just imagine that you had to go and start counting. I mean, there were too many data right down. You have to start counting and counting and counting and counting. Just imagine how long that would have taken you. Please do stay with us, be patient, and let's talk about Excel and make it a habit to begin to practice as we learn. Looking forward to see you again on the other video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless you.